What can you do? Sailing, huh?
Ow! 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 Ow!
Okay, stop. Sit down.
We've been feeling quite stuck and stifled recently. We've had so much boat work going on, and because of that we've needed to stay in Marigot Bay so that we have access to hardware stores and collecting packages that have been coming in. So, new plan, we are hitting the sea, we're going sailing, we're going to explore a little bit. There's an island just around the corner called Tintamarre. It's a national park. So we're looking forward to stretching our legs, getting moving, and avoiding all phone signals, so there's no distraction. We just have to enjoy where we are. How's the sailing?
Pretty good. We've got 27 knots apparent. We're going at 6 knots boat speed. Flying!
Hey!
Too right. We're kind of having a bit of fun. So there's a new Leopard 45. I think it's a Leopard 45. And we're eating up their miles. We're racing them down, which I'm sure they won't be very happy about because our boat's about 15 years older than theirs. One of the most fun parts about the Anguilla Channel is that we're fighting up the current, up the wind, and we're trying to get kind of to the northeast corner of the island, I guess. It just means it's a lumpy ride, and it means that we're constantly fighting the currents, which for us means we think we're going faster than we actually are, which is kind of annoying. We've just tightened everything down. Some of the sails are probably the tightest I've ever had them, and everything is flying. It looks great, and we're still only making like 4 knots at the moment, which does mean we're losing our lead on that new boat that I was talking about, so I guess age does matter in this case. Either way, hopefully we can keep skirting along because this is Anguilla, so if we get too close to their kind of water line, then we technically entered their waters, and then that could be a bit of a problem for us, so we're kind of edging our way up the chart right now. And the minute we hit that line, we're going to have to tack, and then that means we're losing ground again because we're heading back towards the mainland of St. Martin rather than the tiny island of Tintamarre. So, what can you do? Sailing, huh?
We're getting really close to that red line now, so we're going to have to tack. But you can still see Grand Casse where we started off this morning, so we've not come that far. Here's the north end of the island behind us, and Tintamarre is just there.
Okay, so that's kind of interesting. So some of you are sailors, we know that. Some of you are not, so it's kind of fun to share this. Our VHF radio is kind of like WhatsApp at sea. That's all we have when we have no phone signal. So we can listen into other radios from other ships and from shore, usually to like 12 miles. We put a new VHF antenna up the other day on the mast so we can get a bit further range. And we just had a call which went out to all ships called a pan-pan. There they are. A pan-pan call, which is kind of like, it's not a mayday. Mayday would mean that, you know, life is in danger, that kind of thing, but it's kind of a level down where it's saying, hey, I need help. And what's really cool is you can fire out a shout on the radio saying, pan, pan, here's where I am, I need help, can anyone help me out? And then everyone gets to listen in, and if they're nearby, they go and help. If not, they can assist by saying, well, we're not close, but we can see a boat that is, and we can listen into it almost like watching a great TV show. And we're too far away to help, sadly, but we can listen in and hear how everyone is helping each other out on the water. I absolutely love the fact that there's a community of people who do this. So as sailors, we're not allowed to leave each other stranded. You got to go help each other out. And this pan was someone who's literally stranded. They had no sails and no engine, so they're asking for a tow back to harbour. Fortunately, they're in St. Bart's, which is a bit further away from us, so we can't go help them yet. But maybe one day we'll be able to help somebody out with a pan. Okay, remember that line I was talking about between here, St. Martin and Anguilla? Kind of on it. We're going to do attack.
I love sitting up here at the bow. It's like the closest I will ever get to riding a roller coaster. There's like nothing in front of you but the sea, and then when you just get the waves right, you have this weird sense of free fall and then a massive splash as the bows crash into the waves. I love it.
Well, you win some and lose some. We just did our last tack for this trek, and we just thought this should be easy. It's a home run. We're just heading straight to Tintamarre. And we look up straight after the tack and we ripped our genoa. Thankfully, I think it's just the little protective patch that stops the spreaders from rubbing on the sail when we do tacks. So it kind of did its job, but it's kind of a bummer because it means we have to take down the genoa at some point. We have to find a sailmaker's or buy the cheap fabric, slap it on, stitch it on, but we don't yet have a sewing machine. So yeah, that might be another expense we didn't see coming. So see how that goes. But thankfully for now, it still works as a genoa and there's no big holes in it. It's just that patch is ripped to shreds. So we can still sail with her, which is good, because if we'd lost that, that would have really ruined the day. You know, these things happen. It's a boat, things break. You just have to get used to it, I guess.
Well, I'm feeling pretty pleased with myself. I shouted forward to Ian as we were coming in. We're lining up to this mooring ball, but I've never been on helm when we've caught a mooring ball before. We just always live on anchor. So we can just switch over whenever you're ready. And he misheard me. And so he just went off to the front and sorted out the lines. And we did it. We caught the mooring ball first time, and I did not miss or run it over or, crash the boat, sink the boat, whatever else. So we made it to Tintamarre, and look at this. Absolutely insane. It's like we're on holiday now. Okay, I'm gonna let you go and check the mooring ball.
All right.
See if we're gonna drift away.
Let's find out. We can do a rock anchor, I guess.
Okay, so we tried pulling the dinghy up onto the beach, but our dinghy is insanely heavy, so we didn't get very far. So I'm gonna try and find a rock that we can use as an anchor. We have a stern anchor, and then hopefully it'll just sit beautifully out in the surf until we get back. One of these should do. If I can lift it. This might take a while. So it totally feels like we're in a completely new place now. We didn't have to sail that far from Marigot.
Check it out.
Huh.
That's a nice idea.
So yeah, it just feels so different from where we've been, even though it was like literally over there, not that far away.
and it's like you're now on the beach with all the hermit crab tracks and things. You don't get that in Marigot.
Yeah, not so much. I feel we're kind of surrounded by nature, which is nice.
It's felt like we've been a bit penned in recently. I think between all the boat projects we've had to do, it's kind of, yeah, it's felt like we haven't been able to get anywhere recently. So it's nice to finally be on our own schedule a little bit.
Yeah, so we've spied a hill and we want to see if we can get up there before sunset to get a time lapse. So
And
that's
of
our
course,
goal.
Cameron time, so we're running about 2 hours late.
Yeah. It'll be fine, we can run.
Gotta find a path. I mean, I found a wall.
So there's clearly no path, but we're going to see if we can just make our way through the spiky bushes. What could possibly go wrong? We'll definitely get there in time. Easy.
So patrons will remember your superior pathfinding skills in Croatia.
Oh, yeah.
I'm standing on dead coral, surrounded by spiky shrubbery. Why does this keep happening to us?
It's going to be worth it for the shot, though.
I'm not sure we'll get there in time. The sun is going down fast.
I know. Ow! Ow, ow, ow.
Okay, stop. Sit down.
I don't want to sit on that. It's really spiky.
It looks like a dislocated toe, babe, so I would,
No, something just went through my flip-flop and stabbed my foot.
Your toe looks dislocated. That doesn't look like a dislocated toe.
That's just my toe.
That's a weird toe. Can you bend them?
Well, I want to see if the spike is still in my foot right now.
Okay, take your shoe off.
Oh!
Ooh, proper blood.
Oh, that is quite delightful. You can see the gap in the shoe, look.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that was worth an ow.
That was definitely worth an eye.
It's quite dramatic. I don't think we're going to make the sunset.
I don't think we are.
Because it is pretty sharp. It's good that it's got all the sand in it as well.
Oh yeah, perfect. Let's do some great first aid on this.
At least I didn't bring strawberry juice.
Hey!
Imagine pouring that into it.
You wouldn't tell, the colour would be the same.
Oh, it's really like goopy.
Well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we're not going to hike up to the cliff face in flip-flops.
Maybe we stay on a path somewhere.
Sounds a bit boring to me. But...
It really does, doesn't it? You could just give me a piggyback.
So we made it officially about 20 metres inland, and now we're going to retreat back to the beach. We shouldn't leave the boat. I mentioned patrons might know about Croatia, and that might have confused Booby. So before we decided to start this ridiculous adventure on a sailboat, we did a bit of a pre-season, a bit of a tester. We sailed a boat for around 2 weeks in Croatia in the Adriatic Sea, where we got completely lost and found ourselves on some random islands, most of which were deserted. And we filmed it all. So if you are even thinking it might be interesting to see what's on Patreon, one thing that's hiding there that we're kind of scared to show the bigger bad world is an entire extra season of us just having a laugh, like getting lost, being stupid, making lots of mistakes. So yeah, if there's ever a good reason to think about becoming a patron, go ahead and click now.
Okay, so we kind of ran out of path. Ian said he was just going to go around the south end of the island, see what was there. I'm going to try and find somewhere fairly less spectacular than the top of a hill to try and get this time lapse of sunset. And of course, I didn't follow the path that we took to get here. I just wandered. Now I've got no idea where I am. So that's always good. It's getting dark, I'm on my own, on an island I've never been before. Injured my foot. Don't know where Ian is. Don't have any signal to phone him. I've got his phone anyway. Yeah, this is going well. But ultimately, I can see Indi. So if it comes to it, I just roll downhill, I guess. I shouldn't be let out alone. I absolutely cannot be trusted. There's a path. Oh ho, found the gate. Okay, so it's no hilltop, but I think this will do. It's just a bit numb, but it's all right.
It's almost it wasn't a venomous snake or something.
Pretty sure it was just the ground.
You lost a fight with the ground.
I'm really good at walking.
It's our new segment, Hiking with Nan.